So, for those of you who are wondering, what am I talking about? And this right here is the story that everybody is talking about. A woman that went viral on TikTok. All because she accused the man of going broke. Because he asked her out on a date and she ordered 48 oysters to leave room for potatoes and all of that. And I could tell it's in New Orleans because New Orleans is known for making good oysters and creating seafood stuff. It's sparking a whole lot of debate on social media. Some said the man was in the right of leaving her after she ordered an expensive food, the amount of oysters that he cannot afford to pay. And some say that he was in the wrong for not having enough money to take her out on a date. It's like both ways, mixed reactions in terms of this woman. So, I've already spoken about this problem in the past, where if a man is taking you out on a date, it doesn't have to be somewhere that is expensive. Like, if I were to go on a date with someone that I've asked them out, I could just take them to a park, a movie, or the Cheesecake Factory, which I'm going to get to that in my next video. But sometimes you don't always have to go on restaurants when you have to order something that is very expensive. Something that goes over $200. If a man can't afford that, at least order you something small. You don't have to order something expensive every time a man is taking you out on restaurants and stuff just because this and that looks good on the menu. But as soon as that bill comes up, you already know their immediate reaction. And this is why a lot of men today are refusing to date in this time. Because of stuff like this. So I believe this is the woman in the photo that went viral. And of course, it's a modern woman in general. So social media is in an uproar debate whether a woman who says a date invited her out for drinks was in the right to order almost 50 oysters, some potatoes, and crab cakes, in addition to multiple drinks for which he apparently later skipped out on paying. Once again, let me just say this right here. If you're going on a date, please, for the love of God, stop ordering so much stuff. If the bill is too high, then that's your fault. That's on you. Sometimes I just think that nowadays women just want to go on dates. So instead of trying to get to know the person, you're just going on dates for a free meal. That's all this is, a free meal. And what's sad to me is that nowadays dates are just about getting food, eating, instead of getting to know that person. Like, do it the old traditional way. Go on dates, have a conversation, get to know one another, start slow, but then when the relationship gets serious, that's when you turn up. But nowadays, it's just become a joke. That's why a lot of men get on their passports and going overseas. They got better dates over there than here. And this is one of them. The woman who goes by Iguana on social media closed 14's Oysters Bar in Atlanta as a location for their first date because she was coming anyway. And it has the best oysters in Atlanta, she says in a video with 5 million views on TikTok and 28 million on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. Well, Iguana also says in the video that the date had been texting her for weeks, talking to himself, and she agreed to see him because she was bored and had time. Plus, the oysters are only $15 a dozen on Tuesdays. So Equana ordered 4 dozens, that's 48 oysters. She also ordered some potatoes and crab cakes. So let me get something straight. Because he texted you for weeks, wanted to take you out because you got bored. But then once you get to the restaurant, you decided to go above and beyond by ordering 48 oysters, almost 50 oysters, crab cakes, and potatoes. Girl, do you not understand that it's a lot of starch that can cause diabetes? Like, if you're that good at slurping all of them oysters like that, I can only imagine how your sexual performance in the bedroom is going to be like. The point I'm trying to make here is that don't order that many oysters if it's going to cost you extra. Don't ever do that. Potatoes and crab cakes and drinks. Now I feel like you're just wanting to become a diabetic. That's too much starch. Equana says her date excused himself before the bill came and never returned. The date's explanation via text was that he invited her out for drinks and she ordered all that food. According to the screenshot Equana showed in the video of what she says is the exchange after she texted him asking why he left early without paying. He offered to send her money just for the drinks. That's what happens when you order too much stuff when you go on a date. At least if you're going on a date, order something small, something light, nothing heavy. But it just seems like nowadays, they don't want you to save your money. They want you to spend all of that $100, $200. It's a fucking red flag to me, dude. It is a red flag, period. Because, number one, if I take you out on a date, it can either be a park or the Cheesecake Factory. But if you go to order something small. Nothing heavy, nothing that costs too much money. But it just seems like nowadays, everybody wants you to spend all of your paycheck, all of your money on something that is too expensive. If you can't afford it, then don't go on dates then. Why not go to a park? That could be your first step of jumping into a relationship. I mean, if I were rich, then yeah, I'll probably pay for it. But if I'm working a 9-to-5 job, if my checks are like $150, if we order something small, then yeah, I'll probably hook it up. But until then, man, you gotta save your money. So I don't know what she was expecting, why he left, because you did too much. You order 48 dozens. No. You order 48 oysters. Then you order some potatoes and crab cakes. And then you order drinks because you want to get toe up from the flow up on a date, which is another red flag to me. And then you're going to go him a broke nigga after that. So you actually thought that going on TikTok, explaining to the whole world about your personal problems is going to help solve anything. No, it ain't. Social media users ripped into Equana for myriad reasons, including ordering too much, possibly fabricating the story of being on a date. Some think she was there alone, not tipping enough and recording on her phone instead of enjoying her date. Some defended her and offered to go on a 14s with her in the future. Others disagree with both parties' behavior. Damn. So it seems like everybody is mixed on this whole thing. But I mostly agree with the people calling her out on it, because you cannot order that many oysters and expect your man to pay all of that. That costs over $200. If you don't have that kind of money, why not just get you a doggy bag or something instead of ordering that much food? Then you got modern women defending her, saying that she's in the right of ordering that much food. And of course, you got simps that will defend her, that are gonna do whatever they can to make sure that she gets paid after that the next time they go on a date, they go to their favorite restaurant. I will never in my life pay for that many oysters just because you slurp all of that down. Girl, like I said in the beginning of the video, do you not realize that what you just ate can cause diabetes? Like, for one thing, I care more about your health than all the crap you did on a date. So I can see why all of this caused a debacle, a mixed debate. I mean, you got to be one of the stupidest people I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but I have to call it like it is. You ordered that many oysters and you expect a man to pay for it? I can see why he dipped on you. You're doing too much. You know, sometimes in my life, I will never understand the reason why these model women, if they're taking you out on a date, they expect you to pay so much bread. They're not even for the date. They're just there for the free food. That's it. And then you got someone like Indisputable that I used to like, but now I feel like you got a bunch of simps over there that will defend any model woman that, like someone like this. They're not blaming him for taking her out on a date and he can't afford to pay the bill. No. He had every right to walk out on a date because she did too much. Calling him a broke nigga because he left on a date. And then you record on TikTok instead of enjoying the date. And like I said, nowadays everybody is just there for the free meal. That's why a lot of men refuse to go on dates right now because of it. Well, for one thing, I'm old school. Like if I take you on a date, going to the park, have a long conversation, or I could take you on coffee dates. That's even better than going to restaurants and ordering that much food. And it's like, you get the picture. So, link to the article will be down below. What are your thoughts on this whole thing? And I'm going to see you on my next one.